Segunda parte del programa, segundo es esto, la fábrica del día de hoy, esta sección, esta parte del programa en donde lo que hacemos es hablar, redefinir, repensar, reanalizar todo lo que rodea a la industria de la música y un poco más. Y para eso siempre nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos, hemos hablado con un montón de gente que hace música, desde organizadores de festivales, productores y músicos, muchos músicos, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde nos vamos para Estados Unidos para hablar con los amigos de The Giant, que ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Manu. There is Raulo. I don't know where is Raulo. Are you listening me good?
Oh, yes. Hello. So I am...
Checks out.
I'm John Christian, Sebastian.
And Morgan.
And Morgan.
And I go,
yes, exactly. We are waiting on Stefania. But she will join separately if she can.
It's excellent.
It's
nice to meet you.
No, for us it's a pleasure to meet you. You have a really clean sound. I love the sound of your band. It's incredible. I'm a bass player and Manu is a guitar player, so we check that kind of. We are live. We are going to start with the interview. So you tell us your names and how old are you?
Thank you. So I'm Jean Christian. I'm 32.
Okay.
I'm Sebastian. I'm 28.
Okay.
Morgan.
I'm Morgan. I'm 44.
44. Okay. I'm over 40, so it's okay. No problem with that. So, and can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Okay, I'll start. I think it was probably listening to a lot of classical music. My parents would play me Beethoven and Mozart, and I would take out, like, I don't know if you know what Tinker toys are. They were basically these wooden toys that you would connect, like, with sticks, and I would take a stick and I would conduct the music, and I would pretend I was a composer, and I would, invent music that way.
Beautiful.
And since he's my brother, that's probably my first memory of music as well. Just listening to that classical music and watching him be the composer.
Probably for me, just listening to the Beach Boys on the record player, what my mom would play.
Beautiful Beach Boys. Say Beach Boys, number one. in every part of the world. They are number one. I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. Estamos hablando con la gente de The Giant desde Estados Unidos. Estamos hablando con John, tiene 32 años, Seba que tiene 28 y Morgan que tiene 44. Y el primer recuerdo de ellos, John y Seba Sebastián son hermanos, así que escuchaban mucha música clásica cuando eran chicos. Y Morgan ya arrancó ya con un clásico de clásicos que no hace falta ni nombrar, así que excelente. La mezcla que hay. And can you tell us which was your first instrument and the first song that you learned?
So I started out on the piano, and my sister as well, who's the singer, we both started piano lessons around 5 to 6 years old, and we started there. I think my sister, she started the band actually. And she started it about when she was 14 or 15 in high school with a bunch of friends. And her friends did like maybe 1 or 2 gigs, 1 or 2 shows. And then afterwards they were kind of like, I don't know if we're really into this. And so she found a new bandmate. His name was Aaron Hurt. And he did the first 2 albums that we have. And we wrote that music together. And then eventually both myself and Sebastian, her brothers, joined after a while. And so yeah, we worked on, it all started with my sister learning the guitar. And since then, I think we've all learned guitar, bass, piano, all sorts of instruments. He plays violin.
Yeah. My first instrument was violin, exactly.
And for you, Morgan?
The flute. I also started around age 5, and then the first song was Mary Had a Little Lamb, popular folk song.
Sí, beautiful. Sí. And when you were with friends in school, which kind of music do you listen to? They were rock bands, punk stuff. Which kind of music were you involved when you were young?
So I think it started with the Beatles for us.
Yeah.
But our father, he introduced us to punk rock, the Ramones, the Clash. He introduced us, on the radio, we listened to all sorts of alternative rock music. Our parents were very much into the new wave and modern scene in the 1980s. So Depeche Mode, The Cure, Talking Heads, those sorts of bands. And then in the 90s, we got really interested in Radiohead and Weezer. And, that's the kind of music that we listened to growing up.
Yeah, and I think growing up in the 90s, I was very influenced. Nirvana was my first favorite band. But then Counting Crows was my second favorite band, Smashing Pumpkins. At some point, I think through Ben Folds 5, they covered a Built to Spill song, and that was my introduction into the world of indie type music.
Sure.
And then I got into Modest Mouse, and so I had a strong indie at that point, switched over from alternative grunge to more indie.
Morgan, you are over 40 like me, but for the younger guys, MTV was really big in the United States or not? MTV, no? That happens everywhere.
Yeah.
I think when we were growing up, that was when it was starting to die,
So Morgan has the memory of MTV more than we do, but of course everyone has seen the classic MTV things on YouTube. That's how we found it eventually.
For us it's incredible, because Manu lives in Buenos Aires, I live in Barcelona now in Spain, and I have the chance to live in Brazil, and we met people from all around the world, like Russian people, Northern Europe, Japan, everywhere, and everybody told us that MTV was really big. It's incredible, the people that know that. See, and for us it's strange that we met people from different regions and we speak the same language, because we are musicians. So that is incredible for us to meet people like you. See? And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it might have been like a Beatles tribute band.
Yes, that's right.
Sí.
They were called 1964 Beatles tribute.
And it was with costumes, everything, or only playing?
They tried to look a lot like the
Full.
Beatles.
Full.
Exactly.
So it was fun. It was fun because there was no opportunity we ever had to see the Beatles.
Yeah.
See, and it's a world to explore. The Beatles, they are infinite. They are a really huge band. And for you, Morgan?
It was in the 90s when Weezer came out with Pinkerton album. They toured with No Doubt.
Sí, wow, incredible. See, I have the chance to meet the people from No Doubt because they went to Buenos Aires with David Bowie, Bush, and it was incredible.
Wow.
Incredible. Sí, incredible. Sí, in the 90s.
We've definitely put little homages to David Bowie in our music
I know.
every once in a while.
Sí.
How can't you?
It's incredible. Sí. And can you tell us? You told us how did Shrink the Giant begin, and why you put that name?
Okay, so we thought of as the name as like a reference to mythology. Giants in mythology are often obstacles to overcome, things that are larger than life, that are challenges. And our thought is that good music often gives you the strength and the power to overcome or to take on your giants, to shrink them. They seem more manageable. You have more power to take on your life.
Beautiful.
We can't remember exactly how we came up with it.
But it's beautiful the way that you say. I'm going to make a little translation. Bueno, nos estaban contando un poco de cuáles fueron sus inicios, con qué tipo de música ellos se encontraban cuando eran más adolescentes. Bueno, hicimos también una referencia a MTV y nos contaban John y Sebastián, que son hermanos, que el primer show que fueron a ver a una banda de covers de los Beatles, y Morgan, nos contaba contaba que tuvo la oportunidad de ir a ver No Doubt también cuando era más joven. Y Shrink the Giant, el nombre viene de la mitología. Dice que los gigantes en la mitología son obstáculos, y dice que la shrink sería como aplastar, como achicar a los gigantes, que eso es la oportunidad que te da la música. O sea, que pasar por cualquier obstáculo, o sea, es lo que te permite hacer música. In May of 2012, you released your first album. How was the recording process of the first album, Shrink the Giant?
So the recording happened in a small bedroom. So all of our albums are self-produced. We learned how to produce, to mix, to master, and then we took it to people who, we're professionals in the field, and we're like, how does this sound? And when we're like, oh, it needs a little work here, we'd fix it and we'd learn it. It was processed. So my sister, like I said, she started the band. She worked with Aaron, our first guitarist before Morgan, and she worked with my dad actually. And those three kind of were often working in the studio. We would pop in every now and then as brothers to kind of add things to the first album. But it really was just like an in the bedroom production with studio monitors. We had, professional equipment. We bought tube microphones. We bought all that sort of stuff in order to make that happen. Yeah. And that's kind of been the same process that we've had for this most recent music as well. We've recorded it all in this house that we're in right now.
Actually, most of this newest album that we have not released yet has been in this kitchen. And so we moved from the bedroom to the kitchen.
See, but when it's incredible. I like that kind of sound, the clean sound, but with strong, lyrics and that kind of things. How do you search for the sound? You just play and you say this is the sound, or you search for a sound?
I think it's different every song. Sometimes it depends on who brought the song, who brought the idea. Sometimes it's Morgan, sometimes it's Jean-Christian, sometimes it's Stefania or any of us really. And sometimes the sound is a big part of what the song needs to be, and sometimes you have an idea for a song and then you have to find the sound. It really depends, but whatever it is that is Shrink the Giant that sounds consistent, that's just kind of in our bones. That's kind of what we're looking for. We like variety and we like it to sound that way. I don't know what else. It's really just our preference.
No, it's interesting what you're saying, because you the taste is abstract, the taste, and you have a lot of music involved in your head, and the result is the band. It's incredible that. See. And can you tell us, Morgan, when you have to work with the guitar, which kind of guitars and pedals do you use and that kind of things?
Yeah, that's what's fun is that everybody in the band is very not gear. I mean, we love gear and we love different stuff. The music is more important than the gear, but we are very quick to look for use all the instruments and pedals at our disposal to figure out the right sound. So when I started, I had a Telecaster, like Stefania plays, and then I went to upgrade it because it was a Squier and it had some limitations, and I fell in love with a guitar, the Fender Meteora, which has become my signature sound. Although we do use a Les Paul. No, yeah. So that's, but yeah, we that was pretty much on the album. We used a couple of Telecasters, the Meteora, and a Les Paul. And so kind of used everything, all the popular ones.
Sí.
And then, yeah.
And in which genre do you think Shrink the Giant? You are a rock and roll band, a rock, a pop. Which kind of music do you think that you make?
We think we make alternative rock music, but it's very diverse, as you can tell. Exactly. If you listen to the last 4 singles that we've released, some of them, the first single, TikTok, kind of has almost like a 60s vibe to it, but also a little bit of like kind of that 90s alternative in the chorus. And then, the second one is kind of like a gritty garage rock, sort of Jack White-esque. The third one is a little bit, I don't know how you would describe it. It's kind of modern indie rock. That one is We're Both Idiots. You know, there's synths in it. There's African drums in it. There's you know, a great like Modest Mouse type hook that Morgan wrote for that.
It's very maximalist, like just everything all at the same time.
And then the fourth one, I would say it kind of fits almost into like a dark indie pop.
Or dream pop.
A dream pop, sort of, maybe like a mix between Cocteau Twins, The Cure, and like Billie Eilish.
So all of that is alternative rock, but we try to make every type of alternative rock.
No, but I think that this is a personal matter. I think that you can play whatever you want because the voices, the arrangement of the voices are incredible. and I think, see, that is the part that mix everything. It's okay that or not, maybe?
I would say, I think the voices are the one consistent thing. I just wanted to add, I've been thinking about it this album, and I think a lot of artists say we are our own genre, and but I think a good term for us is hyper eclectic. It's almost like, it's not like we're trying to be eclectic, but we don't, it's like we'll go wherever the song wants to go. We don't have any boundaries, and we never decided that. That's just the aesthetic that appeals to us.
Perfect. Sí, completely agree. Sí.
For us, one thing that we've said is our goal is to serve the song. Whatever the song requires, that's what we do. We're not to serve our egos as a musician. If there's like a cool like guitar part or a cool bass part or a cool keyboard part that we come up with, we're like, you know, it's more like drawing attention to that part, but it's not helping the song as a whole. We cut it, you know? We think about, I think that's something that Radiohead talked about once, that they try to serve the song and make the song the best version of the song it can be, and that's what we try to do.
Sí, but you make a particular, no, Radiohead, and the songs are not, no, they are really alternative. Sí, muy bueno, sí, muy bueno. Bueno, nos estaban contando un poco de cómo es todo el proceso de grabación de ellos, que bueno, tienen un home studio, o sea, trabajan en la casa, hacen todo ellos mismos, y van permanentemente buscando el sonido de la banda. No son muy fanáticos de los pedales, tienen poca cosa. Morgan nos estaba contando que tenía una Telecaster y después le hizo upgrade también a otros Fender Meteoras y ese tipo de cosas. Y aparte lo que nos estaba contando, que no tienen específicamente un tipo de género, dice que son hiper eclécticos, o sea que van para cualquier lado, y también, bueno, estaban un poco de acuerdo conmigo que la voz es un poco lo que más o menos encuadra todo, y es una banda súper recomendable para escuchar porque está bueno, sí, y utilizan un montón de herramientas para tener un buen resultado en la canción, que es lo que a ellos más les interesa. Do you use artificial intelligence?
No, we have not used any artificial intelligence on our music.
100% human music.
Okay, perfect. How do you feel about AI artists getting in Spotify and that kind of things?
Personally, I think the AI artists that I've heard are trash. You know, I've heard, you know, the things that I've heard come out of AI does not strike me as original or unique or interesting in some ways. Sure. I think it can be maybe an interesting tool, maybe when you're songwriting, to like have a conversation with ChatGPT and maybe come up with ideas. But ultimately, it's not actually. I never use anything, and we never use anything that usually comes out of AI, because usually it's just derivative. And what our goal is to create something that feels like totally unique. Totally just different from what you've heard before. I mean, all music is based off of other music. Like, no music is totally original. It all is based on what came before. But to some degree, like, you want to put your own humanness in it.
Exactly. Sí, I completely agree with that. Bueno, nos estaban contando que no usan inteligencia artificial, y el tema que tienen, que yo comparto también, que cuando escuchás artistas que están subidos a Spotify o a cualquier plataforma que está todo hecho con inteligencia artificial, parece justamente que no es humano, que ya está muy hecho, que ellos dijeron que es malísimo, y que ellos tratan de seguir siendo humanos, en el sentido de que todo, dicen, hay una teoría que dice que todo viene de algo, o sea, pero también aparte de tener como una una raíz y seguir desarrollándose, eso es imposible sin una persona, sin alguien humano que lo haga. Can you tell us something about the Utah? You live in Utah, no? The actual music scene in Utah.
Yeah. Well, the music scene in Utah. Morgan, you can explain that. When Morgan joined the band, he had quite the opinion on what it was like here.
Remind me what did I say?
I think you just felt like it wasn't that great, and there weren't many local bands you wanted to go to.
It's very strange because there's kind of two hubs. There's Salt Lake, where we are, or that's where we're kind of based, and then Provo, which has some killer bands like the Neon Trees and Imagine Dragons sort of are associated. But then Salt Lake in general, it has had Kilby Court is a good venue that's had some big people come through that got big, but there's kind of a lack of a scene, and I think it was sad. And I think growing up, there used to be. It's kind of a world cultural change, but there don't seem to be bands like there used to be, like local scenes. And so the only I would say there's a few kind of notable bands, but there's kind of a lack of a scene, I would say, as far as consistent bands that have fans. There's definitely cover bands and smaller like bands that play at bars, but there's not so much of a scene as far as recognizable bands.
And how do you feel about people? I have to make this question. People making music in their own homes. How do you feel about that? You make that kind of things.
We do that. That's what we do. Exactly.
But how do you think that, for example, when artists in the 80s show the studio, the Beatles, they have a lot of footage in the studio and that kind of things. How do you feel about that?
I think people, like bands, should still get good at playing together. They should play like actual music with their ears and their fingers.
Exactly.
But I mean, boy, recording has really moved that way, where anyone can pick up enough equipment that they can record track by track. I'd love to do some more songs where we actually record them live and use that as a base. That'd be amazing. We haven't done it yet, but we really do. We love the process of writing in the studio while writing the song while we're recording the song, and so you find a lot of things accidentally as you're doing that.
So yeah, usually the process, you'll have a audio interface. We have an Apogee audio interface, very comparable to a universal audio interface. Has four tracks that can be recorded simultaneously, and we usually record every piece one track at a time. And I think musical equipment is expensive, and so if we were to have a whole setup where we were playing live in a room, it's a lot more expensive to do. And so one thing about the current technological state of music recording, it has democratized music making. It's made it so it's more accessible to anybody. But I think basically, because it's more accessible to everybody, there's more music that's uploaded every day to Spotify and all these streaming sites. And some of it's great, and I really love that there are more voices in music that you can hear from all around the world, but also it makes it harder to find the good music and to sort through all the garbage.
And of course there's more AI music.
Exactly. For example, exactly. Sí, completely agree. Sí. Bueno, nos estaban contando un poco de cómo es la escena en Utah, que dice que está bajando tanto. Había grupos antes como Neon Trees, que estaba nombrando Morgan, y que había una escena bastante fuerte, pero dice que se está perdiendo un poco. Dice que hay un montón de bandas de covers, y que la escena bajó un poquito con lo que era como era antes, o sea, la típica banda que tenía fans y que tenía seguidores. Dice que eso se está deteniendo un poco en Utah. Y otra cosa que nos está diciendo, que estábamos hablando de la democratización del audio, que ellos tienen un estudio propio, y dice que es bueno en un punto tenerlo comparado con lo que eran los estudios de antes, porque así hay más gente haciendo música, pero al mismo tiempo, aparte que como hay mucha gente haciendo música, también es difícil quizás encontrar algo realmente bueno y que los impacten. Thank you for your time. It's incredible to speak with you. I like to speak with you because you are a real music lovers. That is important. Two more questions. Can you tell us something about the future plans of the Shrink the Giant band?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been releasing singles, because in this current environment for music, you can submit one song per release in Spotify to playlists. And so by releasing singles, it allows you to focus on marketing one song at a time. And we would love to release, because we wrote an album. We wrote an album that all comes together. We would love to release it all as a whole, but the current marketing system means that you just get more traction releasing one song at a time. And so that's our plan. We'll be releasing probably maybe 2 or 3 more singles at least before we release the album. And our goal is to basically release good music videos with those. We haven't even talked about the music video production, but we produce the music videos.
Yeah.
We direct them. We enlist crew from Utah. There's actually a lot of good filmmakers in Utah that we're able to work with. And so we produce, we direct, we create our own music videos, and it's a lot of work, and we're very tired, but it's very fun that we get this opportunity to create art, to see our vision entirely come to pass. And so we're excited to release more music videos and to finally release this upcoming album.
Sí, perfect. It was going to be the next question, because yesterday you released the single Slow Lane with a beautiful video. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play TikTok. Can you tell us something about that particular song?
Sure. That song was kind of the transitional song that we wrote when we were kind of changing lineups in the band with our previous guitarist, and then we moved to Morgan, and that was kind of a transition song for us, where we were just writing in different ways a little bit, and
a lot of that song came out. We did a lot of street performances, and we did a lot of shows with like acoustic instruments that we could play on the street. And so we picked up some instruments. Like I needed a piano for that. And so we have the toy piano that I would play on the streets.
maybe I should get it.
And so we had the toy piano, and we had a lot of other quirky instruments that we'd play for the street. And those made it into like the little organ sound in the song also is from those street performances. And so that's exactly what inspired it. That's the piano from TikTok. Yeah.
Excellent. See, thank you very much, and really nice to meet you. We are going to send you the interview and some links after the show. So, and we are really glad to meet you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Great to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.